Aloha, everyone. I hope your choices today will produce joy and productivity. Welcome to Dr. P's Facets of Life series. This is pod number 17. Today's topic, improving work-life pathways. I was once asked to prepare a talk to a group of business owners. I did so and titled the talk Professional Pathways. After creating the content of the talk and then giving the presentation to the group, I realized that this content applies not only to business owners, but to anyone who works, anyone who participates in organizations, and for that matter, all of us to some degree. So I thought I would share with you this program today. Following are some keys to creating and maintaining a less stressful personal, social, and work-related environment. And oh yes, a less stressful pathway in your work life. Anytime one wants to look at trying something new or even just try to make changes to improve things, the most important thing to consider is how honest and realistic you are willing to be with yourself. Without acknowledgement of what exists, it is much more difficult to move forward in a productive way. Here are some key things to consider. Start by assessing your communication skills. Are you a good listener? Do you interrupt others in conversations? Are you sure your intended message was received by the intended recipients? Assess your problem-solving skills. Do you take your time and use a methodical approach? Do you use a comparison chart or a pro and con list? Do you have a backup plan in case the first solution doesn't work well? Strengthen your organizational skills. Are you really organized, or do you wing it much of the time? Do you write a plan and try to follow it? Do you keep your work environment organized? Do you under-communicate with others? Now, I know that sounds like an odd question, but it happens to be a common practice. I believe in over-communicating, meaning that I would rather spend a little more time making sure I got my message across to the listener rather than assume that I did. Strengthen any weaknesses that you might suspect or that you know exist. Set aside time to learn more about how to improve. Do your own research or talk with a professional who can help you. Plan ahead and work ahead by doing tasks in advance whenever possible. Script out your approach in advance of a particular task, but allow yourself to be flexible. And for heaven's sakes, don't procrastinate. That is a sure way to create undue stress for yourself and for others. Learn to practice more patience with others and with yourself. Remember that impatience creates stress, but patience reduces stress. All of these keys can yield reduced stress for you, which in turn will reduce the stress you might project to others, which in turn will increase your ability to deal with the potential stress levels that others might have, and do so more confidently and calmly. A calm person can exert much more control much more effectively, if control is appropriate. And finally, learn to project calm by trying the following. Talk more slowly. Don't hurry. Be deliberate and thoughtful. Take time to breathe between statements. Be patient with others and with yourself. And finally, empathize and embrace others and their positions. Well, that's it for this session. I look forward to our next session together. And remember that gratitude is the best attitude. This is Dr. P saying, don't waste the gift of today. Aloha, everyone.